You must control your thoughts. The happiness of your life, Marcus Aurelius would say, depends on the quality of your thoughts. And how true is that? A lot of people, I believe, underestimate how powerful your thoughts are and how much control they truly have over your life. Marcus Aurelius would also say that you have power over your mind, not external events. Realize this and you will find strength. People focus too much on the outward when the inward is all chaotic and there's chaos. You know, I believe your external situation is a direct reflection of your internal state. So if internally you are calm and collective and positive and you view yourself as a winner, someone who works really hard, someone who never gives up, then externally that is what you will project and that's how your life will unfold. But if internally you see yourself as a coward, someone who's stupid, someone who's a loser, someone who's shy, whatever it may be, that's what you're going to project outward, and that's how your life is going to unfold. So you need to be very careful with the thoughts that you are having. And like with anything, it's repetition to get the right thoughts. You know, obviously, 24/7, no one has pure, perfect, holy thoughts. Nobody. People's eyes wander, people's minds wander. It's just a part of being human. But you can minimize how much this happens. And it's strictly repetition and reminding yourself over and over again and being focused on the goal of making your mind pure and your thoughts divine. And this takes time. This is not a overnight process where you just flip a switch and your thoughts are immediately positive, colorful, holy, divine, all those things. It's not a flip of the switch. It takes time, it takes dedication, it takes practice, patience, and you're never going to be perfect at it. But the goal is just to get better. There's no problem, or there's no shame in being weak, I believe. And by weak, I mean, weak minded. But there is shame in staying weak minded. You can work on these things. The human, I believe, has unlimited potential, and it all depends on you. And yeah, it's really all in your hands whether you're going to unlock that potential or you're not going to change. You're not going to change your inward state. Your inward state and your external state will not change. I feel like so many people want to change the external state, but don't do anything internally. You know, the definition of insanity, Einstein would say. So, first, work on the internal state, your internal being, your thoughts, what is going into your head, how you view yourself. These are the things you must focus on, or your external state will not change. And I've been rereading As a Man Thinketh, and just has some very good points in this on this subject. And I'll read a few quotes that I have from the book. Man is the master of thought, the molder of character, and the maker and shaper of conditions, environments, and destiny. That's a very, very powerful quote. Basically saying that you are the master. You are the molder of your own character, the maker and shaper of your condition, your environment, and your own destiny. It's putting a lot of power in your own hands. And I believe that is a very true statement. And when you see someone struggling externally, it doesn't show you the whole picture, but there's most likely something going on internally. You have to know an awful lot about somebody to truly judge them. And I don't think you can ever truly judge somebody because you'll never truly understand them or what their own opinion on happiness is and what their own idea of success is. So in someone's eyes, like back in the days of the Romans and the Greeks, there was cynics, and these people they're basically homeless people essentially nowadays, but they did it willingly and they did it lovingly. They did it to show how little a human needs to survive and how the external world is not important to the cynic. It's all the internal world, all godly, spiritually things. That's all the cynic cares about. And there's I believe a dark view of like a cynical life, but I think back in the day they were very godly people, and they're just trying to prove how little you need to live a good, healthy life, and you don't need to depend on these external things. So in their eyes, they were living the most successful life, but in the eyes of, say, like a senator at that time, a very rich, wealthy, well-off person, they were at rock bottom. So you'd have to know an awful lot about someone to really determine if they're failing, succeeding, happy, or sad. Another quote I have is, "As a being of power, intelligence, and love, and the Lord of his own thoughts, man holds the key to every situation." The power is in your hands. It really is all in your hands, and it all depends on your thoughts. It all starts there. It all starts on how you perceive things, how you perceive yourself, how you perceive the world. And if you look for negativity in the world, you're going to find it. But if you look for positivity and light and all things of that nature, you're going to find it too. And those are the things you should focus on. He that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. This book obviously talks a lot about thoughts. I mean, it's called As a Man Thinketh. And it just keeps driving home that point that you are your thoughts, you have control over your thoughts, and your circumstances externally are not always dictated by your thoughts, but they're pretty close. And if you're sad about your life externally, you got to start inside. Stop trying to change things outside of yourself, things you don't have control over. Start inside and watch how everything just changes. And I believe you will see great change. I highly recommend you read As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. It's a very short book, very powerful book. And yeah, if you liked any of those quotes I just read, there's a lot more of that nature in that book. So get it for yourself.